We had something terrible happen. I was actually like super in the mood. Then system overload happened again. Hi, my name is Christina Valentina, and the reason I have this channel is mainly because someone always catches me talking to myself way too often for it to be okay. Now, my creative practice is where I sit in front of the piano a few times a week. The other times is just practice, it's just play, it's just enjoyment. But this creative practice, I sit in front of the piano. My piano, his name is Big Daddy, for future reference, if you're ever wondering. I maybe write some music. I maybe like practice old songs. And then I kind of put the pressure on myself to get inspired and write something. So in this case, like I usually maybe start with like a chord and then follow along the chordal progression. Do I want to go 1-4-5, 1-3-5? Sorry, music mumbo jumbo. Basically what I'm saying is, do I want to go from this chord to this chord, back to this chord, or from this chord to that chord to this chord, to changing key, back to the chord, etc. And that's how I go about it. And that's what my creative process is now. Sometimes I sit back and listen to old jams or old recordings of like rehearsals or anything like that, and kind of get an idea off of that. But the majority of the time is I just sit there and I kind of put the pressure on myself to write something, put the pressure on myself to be inspired to write something. So and some of my catchiest songs were written in that mode where I had to put the pressure on myself. Like Wind Up Dolls was written like that. Yeah, and that's how my creative process kind of goes now. I still have a lot of it based on inspiration. So sometimes I really need to go through that emotion, or sometimes I'm feeling something like really deeply. Like sometimes I'm feeling something really strongly and I need to use music to express myself and communicate myself. But sometimes I can just sit there and start coming up with something, start tattling along and saying stuff. Like sometimes if I come up with an idea, like I might have to do stuff around the house and I just start playing on that melodic idea and building upon it. Or I'm playing with my daughter and there's like an idea in my head and I start singing along and having her join me in what I'm doing. And that really helps the development sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I get so distracted. But I do have one rule that happens usually inspiration-based. It doesn't happen because it's so inspirational that I finish it the moment I start it. I'll come up with a melody or something, right? I will record it if I like it. If I really like it, I'll record it. But I won't listen back to it immediately. Like I won't. I will finish my creative practice, or I will finish writing whatever I'm writing. And then I'll go off and do my own thing. I'll let it go for the rest of the day. If I've got any tasks, I'll do them. And then I'll go to bed. If that melody, this is my rule, if that melody is still in my head the next day and I can remember it clearly, I'll keep writing off of that. And I'll take that and I will keep writing it. But if that melody is not in my head, or I am having a really hard time remembering, I will not continue writing with that. Or sometimes, on rare occasions, I kind of remember it, so I will go back to the recording that I did of it, listen back to it, and if I don't like it, I won't keep going. But if I do like it, but there's something not quite right about it, I'll kind of break it up and start again. But my main rule really is that if I've got a melody, I like it, and I can still remember it the next day, then I will continue to develop a song out of that. That's really my songwriting process. It's kind of an improvised thing. Sometimes it's emotional. Sometimes it's me putting pressure on myself to write something. It was great being here today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I do have a little task for you guys this week. Well, not a task, because I'm not your teacher. Homework done? Not. So I challenge you guys as a little game. Let's play a little game. Find my music, listen to my music, and figure out in what kind of mode I wrote this. Like, did I write this in an inspiration mode? Or did I write this by putting pressure on myself to write something? And see if you can figure it out. I want to see how many of you guys get it right and how many maybe have a miss on it, and see if you can even tell the difference. I think that would be a fun challenge for you guys. For now, I will see you guys next week. I look forward to the next video that I make. And yeah, My name is Luciana Valentina, and this is the LUV Life, my life behind the scenes.